And we are live tonight from the Outer Rim in what is another gorgeous night here at Urza's Holotable Hall. How are you guys doing? And yes, I am back tonight with about 15 stacks of the Night Sister Plague. And it could have been my weakened immune system, or it could have been the playoff football, or the lack of the best damn game mode in the entire galaxy. Whatever the case may be, we are back in action tonight, and we are on the precipice of another 3v3 tournament. And yes, let's just pause for a second, guys, and just drink that in. Oh, GA, baby, yes! And your boy Urz is going to be live from the hall this Tuesday night. You better be there because I've got a case of Carillion and I am ready to get freaking loose, baby. Which brings us to our topic tonight. We are talking diamonds in the rough or niche comps that you may want to consider investing in. And this is precisely the reason I adore me some 3v3. The matchups feel so much more wide open. It really allows you to play with the full depth of your roster and exercise your knowledge of every single character in the game. So, Hall, we've got some goofy comps to talk about after the break, and I hope to see each and every one of you this Tuesday night. Bring a friend who is new to the Hall, and you get access to the private room. Carillions are on special 2 for 1, and baby, the Twi'leks always drink free. Let's hit it. Before we get started here, team, just a gentle reminder to go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button down below, or consider showing your support via my Patreon. With that being said, the first set of trips I wanted to showcase is Rexy Wampa and Visas, who I have routinely been using in GA as an anti-Sith or, anti-Rebel type matchups. So this trio is sort of the odds and ends of characters in the game. I mean, Rex can fit anywhere with anyone, but I really think he shines with these two. So Wampa is anti-Rebel, obviously, and Visas is anti-Sith. And I find that under a Rex lead, the bonus turn meter up and tenacity up complement our damage dealers here. Well, Wampa, he'll do the bulk of the work here. Visas is there to assist, and the revive is super clutch whenever she's called upon. And don't sleep on her defensive penetration up stuff. That is really strong here. Works really good with Wampa. You could run Wampa as a solo if you needed to gain more banners for unused slots. I'll cover this more at the end of the video, but even if you're slightly unsure, it's best to keep this trio together. The next squad I wanted to highlight is a Zam lead in a 3v3 thermal build. Now, I think CAD can be an option should your Greedo not really be up to snuff, but overall I think you want Greedo for his ability to clear a taunt. I also want to call out Dengar here as being an absolute stud on this team. In 3v3, he's going to have fewer targets, so Mini-Mime Mayhem really does some good work with multiple thermals landing. A real simple strategy here, just spam and pop thermals and keep the turn meter train rolling with Zam. And if you're new with the Zam lead, I would always prioritize hitting thermals over finishing off a character, unless we're talking about some sort of pesky tank that can regenerate and heal back up. But for me, this comp has been pretty successful in Grand Arena. Really get that TM flowing, and if you're looking to stretch out your bounty hunters, I really love a Zam lead. She's super fast, so if you can drop some very quick early thermals, hopefully you can call her an assist with Dengar and pop the thermals, then it's off to the races. Now, I'm going to argue with each and every one of you HK fanboys out there, those guys running HK droid teams. If you are looking for a droid leader, look no further than my man Low. Now, hold on, guys. Hear me out here. The amount of days in the game in 2019 completely wrecks an HK leadership, halting all that turn meter gain. And while both characters, Low and HK, are super old in terms of, I think they were both launch characters, they're both super squishy and their damage just flat out sucks. They'd probably need to see like a 15 to 20% damage increase to be modernized today. Anyways, what you're not seeing here, guys, is the guaranteed speed bump you're getting, plus 25 speed for your droids with a Lobot leadership. He's giving you health recovery, turn meter gain, and cleansing. Those are skills that are so much more important than some possible just TM gain under an HK lead. I think he shines with a tank and a damage dealer in 3v3 or whatever extra droids you just have laying around. He's super good. And Yes, I know I'm considered like the Lobot guy, and I have been known to wear my own neural implant, but damn, this beautiful bald man is the very definition of a diamond in the rough. Now come on, CG, all we need is like 3 Zetas from my man Low. Make it happen. Now let's talk about the Browncoats under a Zeta Finn leadership. Absolutely love the minimal investment here. I mean, all you really need is a Zeta on Finn and some decent speed mods on your Poe. You'll probably want to use a potency cross to ensure those exposes land, but once you get that exposed train rolling, you are pretty much going to need some just super rough RNG to not win. It's very easy to play, guys, and it feels so rewarding taking out like a G12 team with something not even remotely close to the same power level. What can Brown do for you? They can bring you a glorious W in the grandest of arenas, baby. And here they are, the original triumvirate of the Tusken variety. They are bringing Tusken Law to these holotables. And if you've ever attended one of my live streams, you'll know that Tusken Law is a gaffy stick over the back of your head. Now, Aurora here, he's the facilitator. He keeps the boys in single file with speed and turn meter gain. He's also notorious for keeping the opposition on lockdown. Raider, he's your damage dealer. He's got a little bit of TMR, and when he calls our front man, it's just amazing getting another stun out there. Shaman, well, we call him Storytime. Being a master storyteller allows him to heal his wounded brothers and poison the minds of all those bad guys. We just need 2 more to round out the squad. It's my hope that CG will one day wake up and say, let's get Urza's other 2 Tuskens. A G12 bunch can definitely have a puncher's chance in taking anything outside of first order and below out, baby. So love me some Tuskens here, guys. Next up, we've got a Treya counter that I definitely like to hold for offense, so I can use my own Triumvirate on defense if I really need to. Yes, it's Magma and DT. They're 2 troopers that share some bonuses, and when under a Thrawn lead, they can be used to counter the Triumvirate in its entirety. And while the footage here doesn't show that matchup against the Triumvirate, I've made a ton of videos on this. Just search in my channel for Magma, and you just see them pop up. If you want to see how the whole thing functions and an in-depth breakdown of how the interactions work. Basically, you're just using Magma to hit Scion over and over and over, and then you get Deathmark online, and then you clean everybody up with Deathmark. So it's another solid option if they have Treya and you guys are evenly matched up, and this will give you a massive advantage if you're able to take out their Triumvirate with this team. It's a solid option if you need to clean out anything out that's really strong power level, and anything just short of the meta, I would say, AK has a chance against. You have Fracture, you have Deathmark, as we mentioned, and it should just be able to handle anything outside of top-end meta. And the last team I wanted to call out here, guys, it's a light version of Rogue 2. The footage you are seeing here is under a Jin lead, and I think all of these guys are gear 10, I want to say. There's nothing like super high gear investment here. No Zetas on my Jin, and they are hiding her behind 2 beefy boys, 2 tanks, who are both able to AoE debuff, so that under a Jin lead will spam a ton of exposes. Also, this team is super resilient. You have a revive from Jin, SRP is able to self-revive, and the turn meter reduction from Old Ben and Jen. It's real fun. It's a little control team. You're just popping exposes, hiding behind those tanks. Super easy to run and very effective. I'd recommend a little bit of speed on Old Ben to ensure you can land mind tricks and get the exposes going. So very awesome stuff. The last thing I wanted to call out here is using your Scion, Wampa, and Nest very selectively, guys. Should you be behind in banners, maybe you had some tough RNG, I tend to hold these 3 and use them if I know for sure they can easily solo the opponent's squad. I did have one matchup last time 3v3 was around where a single solo from my Scion was the difference in me winning or losing. Thankfully, we got the W on the advice of some of the regulars in the hall, so that was a fantastic thing. Lastly, before we get out of here, guys, let's shout out some January birthdays. We've got Maz Isley on January 20th. Happy birthday, my brother. Straight Execution, January 11th. Happy birthday to you. True Velocity, happy birthday. He says, give me an birthday shout out, Urza. That'll be meta breaking. Borgolette, hey Urza, it's my birthday. This was on January 20th. I know the truth, and you are the man. Thank you, Borgolette. Much appreciated. Star Rocks 923, happy birthday to you as well. Guys, swing on by the bar over at the hall. Be sure to get yourself some Carillion Light. We got the sponsorship, and I expect to see each and every one of you this Tuesday night in the hall as the grandest of Arena returns. I am so excited, guys. And as always, if you've got an upcoming birthday or a game changer request, why don't you swing on by Urza's Holotable Hall Discord server and let me know. It's your ultimate social hub for Galaxy of Heroes. It's dressed to impress, and the Twi'leks always drink free. Stop on by, say hi, ladies are welcome. The synthwave is always cranked. The neon is always lit. And the holotables, baby, the holotables are hot. Red hot.